venting the greenhouse or adding ventilation to the greenhouse. Hello, welcome to 7 Savings Garden, where we talk about gardening, ways to save money, and other special events. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified of all upcoming videos. So ever since I built this greenhouse about 5 or 6 years ago, I've been planning to add a vent somewhere on the top, just so that it will help reduce some of the heat in the greenhouse, because the greenhouse gets very hot since it's completely sealed with plastic on the top side. So I'm just gonna try to see if I can set up a little shelf where I can secure a fan and make a vent and just secure a fan over there to at least allow some airflow to reduce the temperature in the greenhouse. So I'm gonna use 2x4 on the 2x6 to make some sort of a shelf and attach it to the greenhouse back wall there, and then be able to attach the fan to the vent area where I'm gonna make. So right now, just making sure that I have the exact location where I'm gonna do it, and then just making a frame that's gonna support the bottom half of the greenhouse, the bottom half of the vent to the greenhouse itself. So now I'm just gonna cut a couple of the wood that I'm gonna use. I'm using 2x4 and I'm using 4-inch nails to secure all of them together. And so once the bottom part is made, which is the shelf, the other part that I need the most is the left side and the top, just to make sure that the fan that I put up there is gonna be secure. This fan right now is a temporary fan that I have. I'm gonna look for a greenhouse fan and an automatic system where the fan is gonna come on when the temperature goes above 90 degrees. The fan is gonna automatically come on and cool the greenhouse. So right now I'm just gonna make the shelf and make a vent for even if I don't put a fan there, the vent is gonna allow some of that hot air on the top side of the greenhouse to come out, and then so also some cool air to go into the greenhouse. Right now I can't really plant delicate plants on the top shelf because it gets very hot up there compared to the middle and the bottom section of the greenhouse. So by doing this, making a vent, it's gonna allow me to grow a few more things on the top side, because the temperature up there will not be too extreme. Sometimes when the temperature outside is like 80, temperatures in the up there in the greenhouse is like 90-95. So I just want to make sure that temperature is moderate for all my plants. So now I have the bottom shelf. I'm just gonna try to put the plywood on the left side of the fan, and it's gonna hold the fan in place, and it's also gonna be as a foundation for what I'm gonna do later on, which is probably towards the end of the season, towards fall or winter. I'm gonna have to make sure that I have a frame outside the greenhouse that's gonna be able to seal the vent and block any cold air from going to the greenhouse. So right now I'm just setting up the vent to allow some cool air to get into greenhouse. But once it gets to winter, I have to seal that out. So I'm gonna have to use some 2x2s or 2x4s and some plastic to seal that location. So, and right now I'm just putting some the last piece of the plywood on the top. And this piece of the plywood is gonna try to hold the fan up there. And also right now I'm just gonna use a string to tie it, because if not, if the wind blows, it might be able to blow the fan down. So I'm just gonna use some tie to hold it and just make sure that it's secured and it's not gonna move, since I'm not screwing any screws into the fan itself. I'm just gonna put it on the shelf and just maybe tie with a rope, or maybe later on I can use some wood to secure it in place. So I just put the net in front of it. The net is gonna prevent any flies and insects from easily going into the greenhouse. And I just use the stapler to staple it in place, so that way the net is gonna be able to block any insects from easily going into the greenhouse. So now we just finished. I'm just gonna finish stapling the net, and then we should be all set out here for the netting. So now it's nice and sealed. The air can easily move in and out without insects or bugs or birds or anything trying to go through. So this is it from the inside. I just, like I said, secure it up there with a string, and on the sides I just have the plywood, and the bottom I have the little shelf it's sitting on. So right now it's secured, it's good. Like I said, later on I'm just gonna have to make a little extending area to block any cold air in the winter. Okay, let's take a closer look at it from outside. You can't really see the netting, but the netting is there, and I just use the stapler to hold the netting. Okay, I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share. Thanks for watching. Happy growing.